guys, it's Megan from Vigilante Vibes, and I'm here to do another character breakdown. It will not be a mutant, as many of my past ones have been for the past month. Instead, it is one that I think will show up in Eyes of Wakanda. With Eyes of Wakanda dropping tomorrow, we got a quick look at the female Iron Fist that'll make her presence very known in the show, I hope. We don't know for sure which Iron Fist she will be, but I hope it's Wu Ao-Shi, and I'm here to tell you all about her. The Marvel Universe has its fair share of archers, but Wu Ao-Shi is in a league of her own. In Iron Fist number 2 by Alyssa Wong, we see Lin Lei, the newest Iron Fist, learning about Wu Ao-Shi, also known as the Pirate Queen of Pinghai Bay. She was one of the rare women to ever hold the title of Iron Fist. Lin's friend, Mei Min, brings up her story to help him understand his own path, pointing out that women weren't even allowed to take part in the trials back then, let alone fight, even after Wu Ao-Shi proved how capable she was. As Mei puts it, just because something is traditional doesn't mean it's good, but times change and so do we, which I think is very prevalent to today's society, so take that with you. Wu Ao-Shi's story ends up motivating Lin to stop trying to be like the Iron Fist before him and instead figure out how to use his chi powers in a way that works for him. And there's actually more to Wu Ao-Shi's Marvel history than what Mei shares in that issue. Wu Ao-Shi actually made her first Marvel appearance back in 2007 in Immortal Iron Fist number 2. She was only in the first few pages, but she made a very big impact, literally, by wiping out a whole fleet of pirate ships in Pinghai Bay with just her fists, a bow, and an arrow. A couple issues later, in Immortal Iron Fist number 4, we learn more about her role in Iron Fist history and what made her stand out. Like all Iron Fists, she could channel the chi of Shu Lao, the Undying, into her fists, which made her deadly in close combat. But Wu Ao-Shi took it a step further. She could push that chi into her arrows, turning her bow into a seriously powerful weapon. When she fired, her arrows hit the force of pure chi, basically unstoppable. As Orson Randall, a former Iron Fist, once told Danny Rand, it was written that her enemies fell as if lightning from God had destroyed them. But it's Immortal Iron Fist number 7 that really dives deep into Wu Ao-Shi's story and her wild adventures as the Iron Fist. The whole issue is focused on her life, from her humble beginnings to becoming the legendary Pirate Queen of Pinghai Bay. She started off with nothing, living in the streets of Kunlun. Yu Tai even referred to her as just a beggar girl in Iron Fist number 2. But everything changed after a run-in at the local market. Caught stealing cherries from a vendor, she was punished by Li Kung, the Thunderer, who flogged her in front of everyone to make an example of her. Instead of backing down, she broke free, even with her hands tied, and punched the vendor square in the face while Li Kung watched. Impressed by her fire, he decided to train her. From then on, Li Kung raised her and taught her the tough lessons about fighting and about life. He made sure she understood that life wasn't fair and didn't owe anyone anything. Life does not care if I thrive or starve, he says. Wu Ao-Shi never looked back on that moment in the market with regret, but everything shifted again when she met the man who would become her husband. That's when her journey took a real new turn. One day, Wu Ao-Shi was sitting by a fountain eating plain rice when a fisherman came up and offered her a fish, just because she looked hungry. That simple act of kindness meant everything to her. As the story goes, it was the first thing she'd ever been given, and a fine start to their lives together. Not long after, the fisherman caught a fish with 2 silver rings inside it. He saw it as a sign. He rushed back to Wu Ao-Shi, proposed on the spot, and she said yes without hesitation. But their love story wasn't without complications. Wu Ao-Shi was still chasing the path of the Iron Fist, and her husband didn't understand that. The idea of her fighting Shu Lao, the Undying, terrified him. He loved her, but the risk of losing her to that trial was too much for him. Still, Wu Ao-Shi went through with it because that's what she does. People from all over Kunlun came to watch. Some cheered her on, others hoped she'd fail. Her husband showed up too, even though he was afraid. And of course, she passed the trial faster than anyone before her and became the Iron Fist. Later, she used her chi to bless their wedding rings so that they glow whenever they are close to each other. But despite her triumph, her husband's fears never went away. One night, while she was asleep, he quietly left and returned to the world of men. He settled in Pinghai Bay, found some peace, built a new life, at least for a while. Wu Ao-Shi didn't take his disappearance lightly. She told Li Kung she was going after him, and he was furious. To him, she was choosing love over duty, but to her, love was duty. They weren't separate things. When she left Kunlun and entered the world of men, life didn't come easy. Unlike her husband, who adapted very quickly, she had to fight for everything, sometimes very literally. She realized that in the world of men, money was survival. So she started working as a hired muscle to take jobs that let her use her fighting skills to get by. She built a name for herself while searching for her husband. Town to town, her legend spread. Meanwhile, he was just enjoying life in Pinghai Bay until Waku pirates showed up, took over, and enslaved the locals. By 1545, Wu Ao-Shi heard what was happening and figured she could make some good coin helping out. She went to Pinghai Bay, tracked down the pirate king. Turns out he wasn't alone. His so-called pirate harem were skilled fighters, and his crew did not fight fair. Wu Ao-Shi ended up being captured. While she was locked up, her husband had a change of heart. He realized she wasn't going to stop being who she was, and he loved every part of her, danger and all. Fate stepped in when the fisherman was walking through the city, saw his wedding ring start to glow. He realized she was nearby and in danger. The pirate king planned to leave her chained to the cliffs, letting her bones serve as a warning to others. The fisherman wasn't having it. He brought poisoned fish to the guards and took them out. Wu Ao-Shi, never one to waste time, told him to untie her so she could go after the fleet. He offered her his boat, but only if she promised to leave Pinghai Bay and never come back. She agreed and then immediately broke that promise. She sailed straight into the battles. What followed was a full-blown fight for Pinghai Bay. Wu Ao-Shi took the entire pirate fleet with her, just her fists, her bow, and her arrow, and one small boat. Within hours, she crushed them. Her enemies fell as if lightning from God had destroyed them. That is a quote from the comic. She leaped from ship to ship, took down the pirates, wrecked their vessel one by one. Even when they managed to set her boat on fire, it was already too late. She'd drawn the battle inland, cutting off their escape. In the end, Wu Ao-Shi reclaimed Pinghai Bay. Though her life wasn't long after that, she ruled with strength and compassion, protecting the people from tyranny. So, that is Wu Ao-Shi. She is a badass of a character. I really, really hope this is who is in Eyes of Wakanda, because I would love to see her. And it makes sense because she's from 1500s, and this is a show about the history of Wakanda. So I do have comics for you to check out. Immortal Iron Fist number 4, Immortal Iron Fist number 7, and Invincible Iron Man Annual number 1. There's not much about her, but she's, like I said, she does make a very big presence in these comics. So be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss my review of Eyes of Wakanda, because I'm very excited and a little disappointed. It's only 4 episodes, but I haven't seen it yet, so who am I to judge how many episodes it is? So with that being said, have a marvelous day.